An optocoupler, also known as a photocoupler or optical isolator, is a component that transfers electrical signals between two isolated circuits using light. It physically and electrically separates a low voltage control circuit like a microcontroller from a high voltage or noisy power circuit like a motor or AC mains. It is basically a solid state relay that optically interconnects two electrically isolated circuits. In this tutorial, I am going to talk about the PC817 Optocoupler, which is one of the most common and inexpensive 4-pin optocoupler. This video is sponsored by PCBWay. PCBWay specializes in manufacturing of very high quality, low volume colored PCBs at a very budgetary price. In addition to standard PCBs, you can also order advanced PCBs, aluminum PCBs, rigid flex PCBs. They also provide PCB assembly and other related services which can meet your need to the greatest extent. Make your Christmas projects merrier with PCBWay's biggest sale of the season. From November 28th to December 31st, you can save up to 50% off on all orders, 10% off on 3D printing, including transparent 3D printing. Additionally, receive free upgrades to pink, purple, and matte black solder masks. It is the perfect time to bring your year-end ideas to life. The PC817 optocouplers are key components in modern electronics and are designed for signal isolation and transmission in a circuit. It consists of two main parts inside a small, black 4-pin DIP package, an infrared LED on the input side and a phototransistor on the output side. The two components face each other but are physically separated by a transparent, insulating barrier providing complete electrical isolation between the two sides. Starting from the side with the notch or dot and going anti-clockwise, pin number 1 is the anode of the internal LED. Pin number 2 is the cathode of the internal LED. Pin number 3 is the emitter of the phototransistor. And pin number 4 is the collector of the phototransistor. To fully understand the optocoupler's working principle, we will explore it from 4 different perspectives, each highlighting a unique method of circuit isolation. The main aim is to enable one circuit to activate another while maintaining a complete electrical isolation between them. The initial configuration consists of two circuits assembled on a breadboard. Circuit 1 and Circuit 2 are electrically isolated, meaning the operation of one has no effect on the other. When powered, the LED on Circuit 2 illuminates immediately. In contrast, the LED on Circuit 1 is controlled by a switch and only illuminates when activated. Activating the switch in Circuit 1 illuminates its LED, while the LED in Circuit 2 always remains illuminated, unaffected by the circuit on the left. To control the right circuit's LED using the left circuit, we can connect them using a transistor. Activating the switch on the left side sends a current to the transistor's base, enabling the current flow from collector to emitter, illuminating the LED on the right side. Deactivating the switch cuts off the base current and turns off the LED. However, this setup requires both circuits to operate at the same potential with a common ground, and hence it cannot be used for voltage level shifting or to control a circuit with a higher voltage. In the next setup, I am using a IR LED and a IR receiver to create my own opto isolator. Circuit 1 on the left consists of the IR transmitter and a switch, and Circuit 2 on the right holds the IR receiver and an indicator LED that lights up upon receiving IR signal. Flipping the switch turns on the IR LED. The IR receiver then detects the signal and responds by illuminating its indicator LED. While it is possible to design infrared circuit manually, the PC817 Optocoupler offers a fully pre-engineered solution with a compact built-in integrated circuit. In the final setup, we are going to use the inexpensive PC817 Opto Isolator to optically interconnect and electrically isolate the two circuits. When we apply a sufficient voltage higher than the forward voltage of 1.25 volts across pin 1 and 2 with a current limiting resistor, the internal IR LED turns on and emits infrared light. This light then passes through the insulating barrier. As you can see, there is no electrical connection between the input and output. The infrared light hits the base of the phototransistor, causing it to turn on and conduct current between its collector pin number 4 and emitter pin number 3. So, we can control a secondary circuit just by using a beam of light. The input side mandates a current limiting resistor for the optocoupler. Without it, the IR LED would try to draw as much current as the power supply can provide, quickly exceeding its maximum rating and burning it out. The closest standard value would be around 330 ohms or 470 ohms. A resistor on the output side is not for protection but for operation. It pulls up the voltage and converts the phototransistor's variable conductivity into a variable voltage that your microcontroller or next circuit can read. Unless exposed to light, the phototransistor acts as an insulator, blocking the flow of current. So, when the phototransistor is off, the LED is off, and when the phototransistor is on, the LED is on. Because of this setup, voltage spikes and noise on one circuit will not destroy or disrupt the other circuit. So, our circuits are protected. The two circuits can therefore use different voltages and currents because of the separation. We can expand the capabilities of this device by adding other components such as a transistor to the output of circuit 2, allowing it to control even higher voltage and currents. Please note, the grounds on the input side and the output side must be kept separate to maintain the isolation. This is the entire point of using the optocoupler. Another critical parameter to consider while utilizing an opto isolator is the rise time and the fall time. The output does not transition instantaneously as the input logic changes its state. One of the PC817's outstanding feature is its strong electrical isolation capability, with voltage rating of up to 5 kV. By creating this barrier, it safeguards expensive microprocessor and logic circuits by making the entire system much safer and more reliable. Now, let's have a look at the technical specifications of the optocoupler. PC817 comprises of 4 pins and is available in SMT and DIP packages. The forward voltage of PC817 optocoupler's input diode is specified to be 1.25 volt. This parameter determines the minimum voltage required for the infrared LED to operate properly. Forward current is rated at 50 milliamps. Forward current is the amount of electric current flowing through a semiconductor like a diode or LED when it's forward biased and conducting. The maximum allowed collector emitter voltage of PC817 is 80 volt. This specification applies to safe operation in high pressure environment to avoid electrical failure or damage to the optocoupler. Current transfer ratio or CTR is the ratio of output current to input current. A CTR of 50% is common. So if you put 20 milliamp into the LED, you can get up to 10 milliamp out of the transistor. The input current is typically limited to under 20 milliamps for safe operation. Input and output are internally protected with 5 kilovolt electrical isolation. The operating temperature is between minus 30 degrees centigrade and 100 degrees centigrade. Optocoupler's temperature range during soldering is around 260 degrees. It is crucial to note that exceeding the specified temperature during soldering can damage the IC. The PC817 has a total response time, including rise and fall times, of 18 microseconds. This fast response capability is beneficial for applications requiring fast switching, such as a pulse signal processing or high-speed switching circuits. PC817 has an internal resistance of 100 ohms and a maximum power consumption of 200 milliwatt. These factors manage the energy efficiency and heat load on the equipment. For more detailed information, please consult the datasheet available in the description below. The PC817 optocoupler is commonly used for following applications: signal isolation and transmission, electrical isolation circuits capable of withstanding up to 5 kilovolts, isolation of digital from analog circuits. It allows a 5 volt circuit to control a 24 volt circuit, microcontroller I/O switching circuit, effectively maintaining circuit continuity without disconnection, noise coupling circuit to keep the circuit in use without any interruption. It helps in breaking ground loops. In AC powered control circuits, the optocoupler regulates AC load by introducing frequency induced pulses, enabling precise control within a defined range, driving relays, controlling motors or AC power switches. Is optocoupler a suitable replacement for a relay? The key distinction between an optocoupler and relay lies in their power handling. Optocouplers are used for low power signal isolation and relays for high power load control. While there is a functional overlap, the specific load requirement determines the optimal choice. A 12-volt DC motor cannot be connected directly to an Arduino pin. The motor's high power demand and electrical noise can damage the sensitive microcontroller. To mitigate this problem, the Arduino controls the 12-volt motor through a PC817 optocoupler. A high signal on the Arduino's pin activates the optocoupler's LED, turning on the internal phototransistor to power the motor, and a low signal turns it off. The PC817 electrically isolates the Arduino's 5-volt ground from the motor's 12-volt ground, protecting the Arduino from motor-induced noise. So, why do optocouplers fail? Common cause of optocoupler failure includes voltage surge. High voltage surge can breach the optocoupler's isolation barrier, resulting in permanent failure. Overcurrent. Exceeding the specified current on either input or output terminal can damage the optocoupler's internal components. Aging. The performance of an optocoupler degrades over time as its internal LED ages and loses efficiency. Environmental factor. Harsh environmental condition, particularly extreme temperature and humidity, can lead to performance degradation or failure of an optocoupler. Assembly. During circuit assembly, ensure that all connections and solder joints are stable and intact. Thanks again for watching this video. I hope it helps you. If you want to support me, you can subscribe to my channel and watch my other videos. Thanks. See you again in my next video. Bye now.